everybody. So as I was driving my son to work today, I had this idea for an art journal page. And I think I actually have it somewhat planned out instead of not knowing what the heck I'm doing. Now, I haven't practiced it or really gone through step by step in my head, but I have a general idea of what it is I want to do. So first, it actually changed, because first I was just going to take an image of some random person and do it Picasso style. Like, I know we did that before with my collage sheets, but this time I was going to paint it. So then I thought, well, instead of doing an image of some random person, why not do Picasso himself? And then I want the background to be, I don't know, like a lot, which is really not my style. But I have this image in my head, and I'm gonna try and get it out there. So I thought a great stencil to use would be this one by Art by Marlene. It's called Texture Plate. And so it already has a whole bunch of different random images, like stars and dashes and flowers and loops and triangles, even fish. Like, there's just a bunch of different shapes. So I thought this would be a great stencil to do this with. So I'm only going to use the one stencil for the background because I feel that's all that's needed, since it has a variety of images. But I am going to use different colors of paint. So I know I want an aqua and a pink. I think maybe a green and a yellow. I want bright colors. I think I want a blue. No, this one is not quite as bright. But it's not really dark either. Like, it'll show up. Yeah. So I think I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to randomly do the color. Like, I'm not going to try and get all the fish one color and all the stars another color. I'm just going to use a makeup wedge and just do different colors. Now, the only thing I'm trying to figure out is, do I want to do the whole entire page? Because after it's done, I want to do this image of Picasso, and I'm thinking, like, I'm going to do his shirt black and white stripe because I love black and white stripes. And then I'm going to do his face, but I'm going to make his face weird, of course. I'm not going to try and do it like actually him. Like, I'm going to do it his style, where his eye may be up here and one may be like sideways, like, you know, Picasso style. It may look like him in the end, it may not. I have no idea. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to have all the different colors over the whole entire page, or if I want to kind of avoid where this is going. And a part of me says do the whole page and kind of let the color come through in a quirky, abstract way. So I'm going to do that. Let's just do the whole thing and we'll work with it. Okay, I'm going to get some sponges or makeup wedges. So we have enough for every color. So I have 5 colors. And I don't want any tiny ones. I need to go to the dollar store and get some more. I'm really trying to play more, or at least some. So I feel like I've stopped playing, and it's been more serious work, and I want to play. So that is what I'm trying to do. Play and have fun. I feel like I've forgotten that. And plus, I've been in a funk lately. I'm going to talk as I do this. And I'm disliking it. Clearly, I mean, who likes being in a funk? Well, I guess some artists probably do. That's probably when they create the best, but not this girl. I get in a funk, and it's like, I don't want to do anything. Absolutely nothing. And I come into my art room, and I just stare and do nothing. Oh, some paint fell out. And I don't like that. And I find it's more at nighttime than it is daytime. And nighttime is when I have more time to play. So it's really not good that I don't want to do anything at night. I'm going to slide this over so I can get my paints out. Is anybody else going through that? Like, I know some people, like, they say the winter blues or the winter blues. So I'm kind of wondering if it's that. And I was wondering if it was being back in the basement, but I thought that would have the opposite effect. Like, I wouldn't want to come down here during the day and be fine with coming down at night, because during the day, I mean, it's beautiful outside, and, you know, I can see the views that I have from our house, which I absolutely love, and I wouldn't want to leave that. Whereas at night, you can't see anything because it's dark. So I would think I would be fine with coming downstairs because I can't see anything pretty anyways. But no, it's nighttime that I don't want to. I got all the colors. So I don't know. No idea what's going on. So if you're feeling that way too, let me know. And if you have a way of fighting it and breaking out of it, please let me know, because this has been going on long enough. It's really bugging me. I have too much paint. So this is like totally not me. I mean, the colors are me, but like making this all busy is not me. But I want to play and I want to try something and have fun. So, and if I can do what I'm picturing in my head, I think it'll be so cool. It would probably be cooler if I tried to do him more realistic style, but that's no fun. That's that is not what I want to be doing. That just puts a little bit of stress on it. And I want to have fun. and it would be very time consuming. I really put out more paint than I needed to. See, this is a bright blue. It's dark, but it's bright at the same time. Makes sense? Oops. I love that pink. That pink is an Amsterdam quinacridone rose. I guess just in case you're interested, I should tell you all the colors. The yellow is cadmium yellow medium hue. This is bright aqua green. The green is, this here is the Liquitex Basics. So is the, all the colors are Liquitex Basics except for the pink, which is Amsterdam. The green is called light olive green, and the blue is, I'm probably going to say it wrong, but thiocyanine blue. My stencil moved, but I have to go with this bottom area now. I have so much paint left over. I'm trying to think of what I can do on a second page with the rest of the paint. So I don't want to just wipe it up. It's a lot of paint. I was going to talk about Christmas a bit, but no. Christmas is out there and in our face enough. And sometimes it's stressful, so I'm not going to add that to this video. I really like these colors together. It's very bright and fun. Imagine black and white stripes with all this color. Yum. See, that's cheerful. That is a whole lot of cheerful. It's cute. I mean, a lot of it's going to get covered up, but okay, I need to do something with all this paint. Sketching out Picasso. Part of me wants to draw like his mouth and eyes and nose and ear on another piece of paper and then glue it to my background in a funny way and then paint it in like the face. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get a pencil. Okay, so his shirt, I'm gonna go like his shirt is here. And then his face is kind of, I mean, his face is going to be his face. I'm not going to do his face shape any different. But that is where his ear would go if it was going in the right spot. That's where his mouth, nose, eyes. So I may exaggerate his face shape. See, a part of me feels like I should just paint in that basic. And like I said, do his eyes and nose separate. I'm going to get a basic layer. Spit it out, Denise. Can't find my words. I'm just going to put down one layer of Naples yellow hue just to get that face shape down, and because I don't want to totally see the shapes underneath. Like, I don't mind if you can faintly see them, but I don't want to boldly see them in his face or really in a shirt. I'm okay with the hint of them. So sometimes when I'm not sure how I want to go about something, it helps just to get something down. So since I know his face is going to go actual face color and not quirky, then I'm getting that base layer down because it's moving me forward. And while I'm doing that, it might give me ideas on how I want to do the rest. But at least I'm doing something and not just standing here and staring at it, which is something I'm really good at. So you can really, I wonder if I should have done a layer of gesso first. See, it never comes to me to use gesso. I'm not a gesso person, so I don't think of it. And I thought that Stabilo would blend a little more. I'm going to make sure I go over the Stabilo pencil just so it'll smudge more. I don't want it to just be a solid line. I want it to work more like a shadow of sorts. Or disappear completely. Either was fine. Okay, so we have a face shape, without the ear, because I'm not sure where that ear is going to go. I don't really want to do a shirt yet, I don't think. I'm also going to just color in the bottom where her shirt is going to go. I'm going to do that in with some white gesso. This gesso makes me feel like I would have got better coverage with paint. But I think it would be cool if some of that blue is bleeding. Let's not be dry. I do think it would be kind of cool to see some of the print through the white part of the stripes on a shirt. So I'm not super upset if that shows through. But if it shows through on his face, I would like for it to be really, really, really super faint. And I am not getting that. So I may have to get over that happening. Unless I go in with gesso and then another layer of the Naples. I don't know if that would work or not. All I can do is try. I find that gesso does more of giving it grit, I guess, to accept the next medium more than actually giving coverage. That's what I feel is happening here. I am going to go over the face with some white gesso, I've decided. I can't shake the strong desire of wanting to do his eyes and mouth and nose on a separate piece of paper. So I may have to go with it instead of fighting it. I just feel like I'll be able to create more whimsy that way. Like, I feel like if I paint it on, I'm going to be holding back. Like, I'm not going to be able to think as creatively with putting it oddly somewhere. I don't know. See, now this seems to be working better with the Naples and then gesso. Oops, I just took off a lot of what I put down. So I'm going to give it some thought while that is drying, and then I'm probably going to go in with a second coat of gesso on both sections. Okay, I've gone in with a second layer of gesso, and I think I'm going to try and paint it instead of doing the body parts on a separate piece of paper and going in. So this, where really it's his cheek, like in the photo his mouth is here, and this is like the side, the cheek by the mouth. I'm going to use that as the side of his nose because it's already going out there some. So this is where I'm going to paint the nose, which makes me think I'm going to have one of his eyes go out to the side. So that's why I thought I would turn this back on while I was doing the second gesso, because I want to extend that gesso out here for his other eye. Well, that didn't do a whole lot, but oh well. I don't know where I'll put his ear. I was trying to get ideas from his paintings, but I feel like he pretty much does the same thing. Like he puts the nose on the side of the face and does the eyes pretty much where the eyes go, just one higher than the other. Like he doesn't go too strange unless I'm not finding the strange ones. Let's see, it's like nose on the side and eyes off. It's not really. No, that one's a bit more quirky. But again, nose to the side, eyes to the other side. It's not like he puts an ear in a weird place or anything. I love this painting. The one with the guitar. I like that one. So maybe I'm trying to be too weird. I don't know. So maybe I'll put, so one eye is going there. I'm going to put his ear across from that one eye still. And I'm going to put his other eye up higher. Okay, so this really needs to dry, so I'm gonna go get some lunch because I tend to forget time when I'm painting. So I should eat lunch now, so they'll give this time to dry and we'll be able to go in and have some fun. Okay, so everything should be good and dry because I was gone for a long time. So I'm going to try and lightly sketch in the nose. Now he tends to have a bit of a wider nose, so I may exaggerate it a little. But I'm thinking this will be one side of his nostril, and then you got the middle bumpy. And then the other nostril. And then that'll be his nose. He's kind of got that crinkly forehead. You know how men like to furrow their brow. I know my guy does. So I think that one eye will be here. do his ear before I do his other eye. I don't know why I like drawing ears, but I do. I may do some white hair in here as well. He's got that, I feel like there's a name for that balding pattern, where it's just hair on the sides. I can't think of it. I feel like I want his other eye kind of down here and slanted. That doesn't look as off as I thought it was going to. But I mean, it's still, I mean, you can tell it's quirky and not realistic. I want to remember, oh yeah, his mouth. He has one of those. I just put that where I think I was going to do the mouth. Totally forgot about a mouth. I don't know if Stabilo will erase. Ooh, it did! I didn't think you could erase Stabilo. That's silly me. I'm feeling like his mouth needs to go here. And he has small, skinny lips. Now it looks weird. I don't know if I want it that off. That didn't erase as well. I don't like it sideways. I'm just going to put them over here. I'll go over there somewhere. And that's his chin once again. So his face, his neck. Okay, we got the gist. Okay, I think I'm done painting the face. I gave it more attention than I intended to. So, I don't know if you can tell it's him. Probably not. It probably has... I would think it would be hard to tell because of the way it's done wonky, like... So, I don't know. But now we're going to do the stripes on his shirt, which is silly how much I've been looking forward to it. But I just love black and white stripes. Okay, I think I'm going to do the white first and then do the black stripes. So I think I'm just going to paint the whole thing white. and then go in and do black stripes. That seems to make more sense to me than trying to, you know, like paint white stripes really well and then paint black stripes. So with the 2 coats of gesso and now going in with Diane's white linen, I think I'm achieving what I wanted to with the shirt. Like how I wanted it to be, that if you saw any of the pattern through it, it was very faint. I think that's what I'm achieving. And I'm only just now realizing, like, hey, you can't see it in the face. There are so many layers of paint in that face. Like, I just kept playing and playing with it. And I could have continued, but I didn't feel, I felt like I was at the point where I wasn't going to really make it any better. And if I wanted to make it better, then it was going to be altering things. So I'm happy with how it looks. Do I think you can tell it's him? I don't know if I've looked at enough pictures of the guy to really, you know, until I looked him up, I didn't even know what he looked like. I knew what his art looked like, but I didn't know what he looked like. So I'm the wrong one to ask. But it probably doesn't. Not recognizably so. I think his lips are probably too short. They probably should have been drawn out a bit more, but I am not getting into that. This is just for my art journal. It's not me trying to sell it or anything. So one thing I also want to do, and I'll probably do it while I'm waiting for the white to dry. I don't want to completely cover up the background, but I want to block him in a little. So I want to do some color. I think I know which color. I am absolutely loving this color by Golden, light phthalo green. So I think I'm going to go in with some of that. And I don't want to like get rid of the background. And once again, I think I put too much paint out. But I do want, ooh, that's a lot of coverage. Oh, it looks so good with the bright colors in the background though. And I do want to see the background through this. Like, I'm okay with if close to him you don't see it as much, but then the rest of the background I would really like for you to be able to see it. I'm going to get a little bit of retarder. It just, I find it gives that paint, makes it easier to spread, it slows the drying time, makes it workable for longer, but I'm kind of using it in hopes that I can thin it out towards the end some. That pink paint, like the background paint, you would almost, it's like it's, you would think I used watercolor or something. Like, I just smudged the pink paint. And this, What color did I say it is? Light phthalo green. It's quite thick. It's just a regular paint, so that would be why. It's not an open. I knew it wasn't a fluid, but now we have it more translucent. I added quite a bit of retarder, but I do want it more opaque close to him. And then as we go outwards, I've always loved golden paints for gel printing, but I'm really beginning to really like them for painting as well. I was always afraid to paint with them before because, you know, they're so expensive, but a little goes a long way. And there's no point in having them also if you're not going to use them, so use it while you're around to enjoy it. So I'm going to do, now that I've done it more like solid close to him, I'm going to take what little paint is left on my mat, and I'm going to add the retarder to it. This is what the bottle looks like. I'm going to add the retarder to what's left and then do the rest of the background. So you'll get that color, but you'll be able to see the the stenciling through it very easily. It's just giving a tint. I don't want to add more paint to it, so I'm adding quite a bit of retarder. Hair or woolly. Okay, I need just the slightest bit more because it's like I'm just going over this side with like a gel medium or something. There's like no color to it. I like that. You can see all the stenciling, but there's color to the background. I think it makes this face look better too. And the white is good. I use Diane's white linen, and I'm going to use Diane's black marble as well, because as I've said time and time again, it is my favorite black paint. Yeah, I think that really makes his face pop out more. I like it. This turned out way more than I intended it to be. I thought this was going to be like a super quick and done thing. Which, I mean, you could go simpler with it. I just got in the mood once I stopped talking and I got into painting his face. Sorry, I'm cramping my toes. I'm gonna go in with a stiffer brush to do the stripes. I'm not gonna go for... Ooh, this seems really runny. Perfection. I'm gonna try to make it look like it is a little rumpled, like, you know. I should have gave him a white collar. Maybe. I don't know, I'll decide after. I feel like there's a hair or something. Maybe I'll have a black collar instead. I love black and white stripes. So I'm just going to add, like, a shirt is rumpled here. So I'm just going to go in with a Stabilo just to give it a little bit of shadow. And that's going to be it. I don't know if that's the Stabilo or my paintbrush is too dirty. I'm probably getting more shadow than I intended. Wonder. I'm going to try going over it with a with paintbrush with white on it. That way I'm getting the shadow, but more like I wanted it. Yes. So a paintbrush with white paint and go over the Stabilo. This is not Diane's white though, it's the white I had left on my matte. Oh, frigadig. Okay, now I'm gonna have to get Diane's white. I messed that up. My paintbrush touched the black paint. I like Liquitex Basics paints, but I do not like their white and their black. I don't know what it is, but it's almost like they're too plasticky. Just in those two colors. Frig, I keep going into that black paint. I know I should be patient and wait for it to dry, but I don't want to. Like a child, I don't want to. I want to do it now. I'm gonna keep messing it up. The Stabilo is really activating. Kind of more than I wanted it to. Okay, calling it done. I like it. I could nitpick his face apart, but I really like it when I'm just looking up and looking at the camera lens. I like looking at it that way better than I do looking at the actual thing. But, I mean, for something silly and wonky, if I left it that eye, it could have been a Cyclops. But, oh well. I had some fun. I actually created, and it put me in a good mood. So I call that mission accomplished, no matter how this turned out. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said, 99% chance I'm gonna cut out the painting of the face part and do that in a separate video, so you can choose whether or not you want to watch it. So thanks so much for hanging out with me and watching me paint and have some fun. Bye. Thanks so much for stopping by. Let me know if you like my videos by leaving me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also head over to my Instagram account and say hi to me over there. If you have any video requests, leave a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. And don't forget to check out my other videos.